The Packers 2025-2026 schedule is officially here. Who is standing in the way of Green Bay as they chase the Lombardi Trophy? Let's show you all their opponents, highlighting a couple of huge matchups along the way. The Packers begin their season hosting the Lions, the first time Green Bay is opening up the season at home in 7 years. Their bye week is an early one, Week 5. In October, Green Bay could be playing Aaron Rodgers if he signs with the Steelers. They're at Pittsburgh in Week 8. In November, they host the Super Bowl champs, the Eagles, and face the Lions on Thanksgiving in Detroit. And to end the season, the Packers have a grueling 2 games to finish. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens come to town in Week 17, and the Packers head to Minneapolis to face the Vikings to end their season. Matt Schneidman from The Athletic joins me now to break it all down. Matt, what stands out the most to you? To me, it's the first 2 games and then the whole last 6 to end the season.
I didn't care about that. I was looking for one thing and one thing only, and that is, when do the Packers play the Pittsburgh Steelers? Because everyone's assuming Aaron Rodgers is going to go there. In this business, we do it for the story. There's no better story this season than Aaron Rodgers facing the team for which he played 18 years. The NFL put it in primetime. We have to wait till Week 8, but it's Week 8, Sunday Night Football in Pittsburgh. If he doesn't go to the Steelers, that game can obviously be flexed out. Nobody wants to watch Mason Rudolph, with all due respect, on Sunday Night Football.
I don't.
But listen, Packers, Steelers, both those teams have big fan bases. Maybe the NFL keeps it there, even if Rodgers doesn't go to Pittsburgh. That stood out to me. Finishing the season 4 out of 6 games on the road, the Week 5 bye, 6 standalone games I think we expected, playing on Thanksgiving for a 3rd straight year. People love the Packers, and that's reflected in the schedule.
Oh, many people love the Packers, that is for sure. To me, how much fans always do this, they invest in the first couple weeks of the season, and the Packers have 2 huge matchups in the Lions and the Commanders. How big of a test is that? But should we put too much stock into those games if they win or lose?
Well, each win counts the same.
True.
Right? And you got to get off on a good note. Starting with the Lions, as we've talked about, is a great chance to show that you have closed that gap between yourself and the superior NFC North teams that went 4-0 against you last season. So having Dan Campbell into Lambeau to start off next season is a great chance to set the tone for the season. Commanders probably the most improved team on the Packers' schedule from the last time the Packers played them, even though they lost to them back in 2022. Shout out Amari Rodgers. Browns Week 3, so you can say on paper that's a little bit of a break, and they have some of those sprinkled throughout the schedule: Bears, Panthers, Cardinals, Giants, but that's only on paper. And Week 4, you go down to Arlington for a Sunday night game against the Cowboys. In the NFL, there are really no breaks.
Matt, we're not fans of any of these teams, but what matchup are you most looking forward to seeing? Is there anybody you're excited to see come to town? Or you go on the road too for every game, but yeah, to me, I can't wait to see Lamar Jackson running around in December.
You stole my answer. I would go Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers, assuming he goes there, but I'm going to go a different answer because you already, asked me that earlier. How about Joe Burrow and the Bengals coming to Lambeau Field? I believe that's Week 6.
Jeff Hafley's going to have...
Yeah. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. That's going to be a good test for the cornerback room, with or without Jair Alexander. I believe that one's in the main CBS slot on Sunday afternoon. That's one I'm looking forward to.
I'm going to wait and see, where does this sit? Where does this strength of schedule sit for the league? Right now, it looks like they might have one of the toughest schedules in the entire NFL.
Especially at home. Commanders, Ravens, Bengals,
Eagles.
Lions, Eagles. Yeah, we haven't even talked
Vikings.
about the Super Bowl champions coming into town on Monday Night Football in Week 10. That's a tough one, too.
That's going to be a fun one. Matt, thank you so much for your time. As always, you can find all of his work on theathletic.com. For Matt Schneidman, I'm John Miller, NBC 26 Sports.